Hello, my beautiful souls. The Awakened Dreamer here to give you your daily tarot reading for Monday, April 4th, 2022. Thank you so much for joining me. And I do want to remind you, as always, this is general for the day for all 12 signs. So just take what resonates. And thank you in advance for your likes, comments, and subscriptions to the channel if you haven't done so already. The overall message I channeled for this upcoming Monday: having fun. Having fun. With that said and done, we're going to begin by pulling an overall message for the day, overall focus rather, from the Green Witch Oracle deck. Let's do some shuffling. Okay, we have affection. Interesting. So affection being one of, if not the overall focus for this Monday. Underlining focus on being productive throughout this Monday, but also a level of luck in the midst of all of which, and potentially, excuse me, what you're thinking about embarking upon in the future, or what you're continuing at this time. So let's see what we have. We're going to pull one for each quarter from the Modern Witch tarot deck. To continue for this upcoming Monday. Ooh, it's a bit feisty as it knocked the Seven of Wands from another deck onto the ground. So the beginning of the day is going to feel a bit heavy. I can say that right off the bat. Okay, we have all of which. Interesting. So we're beginning the day and spread with the Ten of Wands, hence why I picked up on the heavy energy. Not to mention how forceful that card got pushed off the table. But the Seven of Wands and the Seven of Swords, the number 77 coming out, both cards are at the bottom of the deck, talking about how you're a bit defensive at certain points throughout the day, or just feeling a bit secretive, or both. All right, you could find that's more so the energy in the air that you're, they're saying exuding, but dealing with in one way, shape, or form. It could be you and others, but feeling as if you just are ready to embark upon something new, feeling like there's details about this day, whether it's actions of others, the energy in the air once again. It could be all that you have to accomplish that's just leaving you a little bit frustrated and unsatisfied in one way, shape, or form. Feeling blinded to how things are meant to unravel, but being pushed to recognize that the time will come when you can leave a situation behind and embark upon something 10 times better out of respect for your independence, as I see the Nine of Pentacles. The Ten of Wands, giving us a day where you wake up and things feel quite heavy. It's a day where Spirit's pushing you to say, yeah, okay, it's healthy to admit and to be honest with oneself, to desire something new, to see what's not working, therefore able to prep to move forward. But all the meanwhile, I just feel as if it's a day where, because things do feel a bit heavy and not on the perfect side, you're pushed to have fun. They said in the beginning, a chance to let loose in one way, shape, or form, if you so choose to. What do we have for the Ten of Wands to further clarify? They're saying your affection for oneself will come in handy throughout the day at some point. We have the Five of Swords to clarify the Ten of Wands, just feeling stressed to begin the day. It could have to do with your job or what you're trying to accomplish in this first quarter. It could also and or have to do with you waking up feeling stressed in one way, shape, or form. However that pertains to your individual situation, there's a need to do your best to cope with the stress, the heaviness, and recognize once again how you can, yes, of course, a changing of a situation or a replacing of which in the near future will definitely help. But it's about making the best out of this day at hand, this Monday, beginning the week on a positive note, right? Or doing they're saying damnedest, doing your best to do so. And so I feel as if you're being pushed to ask oneself, well, how can I have fun throughout this day, even though it's feeling a bit heavy? How can I turn this energy around, recognizing you can't control others' energies, other people's energies in a situation, whether it's at home, at work, or even your spiritual connection. but just being pushed to recognize I can have fun throughout this day and just turn my energy around. That's where my control lies. The Hierophant to make her way to the second quarter of the day. And as you make your way through this quarter, getting ready to wrap up the first half of the day, there's a push to, once again, recognize where things are changing, okay, how things are changing now and how they'll change moving forward. This keeps coming up in these dailies, but it feels as if it's truly a focus for one reason or another. Your affection for this new start was going to be truly, they're saying magnificent. The vibration will change within you, but being pushed to recognize that, yes, you're going to be a little bit emotional when you decide to hop on that chariot, that horse, and go after what you deserve. As we have the Hierophant again, it could be two different changes in your life, but I feel as if you're being pushed to recognize that you won't be alone in this change. You'll have spiritual guidance, protection, but for some of you, it'll be more so in your physical reality, okay? A push to develop this change in a secretive manner. A reminder will come through at this point why you shouldn't tell everybody about this change. As communication flows in and out throughout the second quarter, or you could be reminded how quickly this is going to happen between now and what feels like an endpoint, or just when you know this change is going to be implemented and take place. I feel as if you're reminded how quickly, or informed how quickly, that time between now and then is going to just fly by, okay? They're saying even more so if you allow for oneself to have fun and make the best until the best. But it's also this point in the day where you're going to find things start to pick up pace a little bit for one reason or another. It may have to do with all that you're accomplishing, or simply just your mind not being completely present in the situation you're at, okay? Everything is fine, aka the Ten of Swords. So we have it aligned with the Ten of Wands, talking about the number 1010, completion, okay? Thinking about it, desiring it, being pushed to recognize that you're depleted, right? So don't overforce it. I feel like some of us will still push to take care of oneself and therefore feeling confident all the meanwhile. They're saying, yeah, that may make you a bit more depleted by this point in the day. If it means going to the gym, going for a run, a walk, you name it. However it works for you, but I feel as if it will boost your self-esteem, your confidence, your affection for oneself, so therefore it'll help your energy even if you're feeling depleted all the meanwhile. Being pushed to recognize that you can still have fun and be depleted. To wipe the emotional slate clean, feeling like the vibe I'm getting is that you don't have a lot to give at this point in the day. So be it. There are simplistic ways that don't strip your resources, your energy away from oneself, that you can wrap yourself up with at this point. I hope that came out clearly, although it was a bit wordy. You can find certain ways to enjoy oneself in the second half of the day where you don't feel more depleted after enjoying it, okay? It's important to understand the different levels of fun you can experience moving forward when you're feeling depleted and when you're not, okay? And you may already have a good idea of just that, but I feel as if it's a good time throughout the day in this third quarter to refresh one's memory and just find something simplistic and enjoyable to do. I don't feel the need to give you some examples. I think your beautiful brain can do that work for itself. But the Page of Pentacles to wrap up the day. And so you finish up the day and being aligned with the Hierophant, you can't help but think about a financial investment or a new start with your money, or simply a new job. However it works for you, thinking about how you're sort of starting fresh for one reason or another. Even if you have a level of progress you've acquired up until this point for a specific goal or multiple, being pushed to think about a leap of faith. I feel as if you could be researching online, thinking about it thoroughly, imagining, without meaning to, comparing it to a past situation that has certain similarities, feeling as if it's going to lighten your load with the Fool card. It's a push to recognize that, yeah, this is going to be a fun adventure for oneself. It's going to be one that feels lighter once again, happier, healthier, and just, they're saying extremely fitting for oneself. But you need to, in the last quarter of the day, Dig for that inner strength. Recognize how strong you are, that you will make the best out of this leap of faith, this investment, or this just fresh start once again. But you're going to need to, again, keep having fun in the developing process, the planning process, getting ready for what lies ahead. Remembering to keep checking oneself out and keep that self-esteem high and bring back a high vibration, or just keep it up there, depending how you're feeling in the last quarter of the day. I feel like pulling one more. With the Three of Swords, being pushed to recognize that you've been through a lot of disappointments, a lot of heartbreak. And who hasn't, right? And I'm not saying yours is any less extreme in comparison to other people. Everybody goes through their own BS. But it's this last quarter of the day that reminds you the day was feeling a bit heavy for one reason or another. You're feeling depleted. You've been through a lot. Take this as a chance to heal, which means don't overstress or overcomplicate in one's mind what you so desire, what you potentially inevitably know lies on the horizon, along your path. Allow oneself to take a deep breath, relax, simplify your mind, meditate if need be, and let those swords fall out and heal from what you've been through throughout this day and previous to that, okay? But once again, it's a day where you're reminded you have a lot of options. Therefore, you're going to need to recognize what isn't right for you moving forward, but to have fun all the meanwhile between now and this fresh start and even after that, okay? So I hope this was truly helpful. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go have yourself an amazing Monday, and I'll definitely see you next time. Bye.